I came here from Brazil. The headmaster from HOOSAC school made me like an invitation to come over here and develop a new tennis program. And as an international father, I decided to bring my daughter here. She used to hate me because of that, of my decision. But now, my daughter wants to stay over here. She was accepted in a college in the United States. She realized that here is the future.
Once I'm in the court, I just feel happy because it's the thing that I love to do. So being coached by a coach as Pereira is very good because he trained like a lot of important players back in Brazil. He's a very good coach.
I can trust him and I can see the results. When I came back in Italy with one guy that had one ranking more than me, I was winning 6-0 for 0. I've never been with that score.
My goal, of course, I want them to get a higher performance as possible on the tennis courts, higher performance on the academics. However, I want them to become a better person.
HOOSAC is preparing me for college, not just on my academic side, but also tennis.
If the students come to HOOSAC school and work really hard, not just in academics, but in sports, they have great chance to go to great colleges here in the United States.
My goals after HOOSAC, I want to go to pre-med school and after that med school. Both of my parents are doctors, so I want to follow their career. The classes, they're kind of small, so you have a strong contact with the teachers. They're very helping, they care a lot about you. They're definitely helping me get into college.
When I told my daughter that I got the job in the United States, I was 100% sure that my decision was going to be good for her. But she could not see at the time. She has to come over here and feel it. They have to see it. They have to lose, they have to win, they have to fall, they have to stand up.
We are like a big family. We care a lot about each other. You really feel like home.
If you're thinking about coming to HOOSAC for tennis, I would definitely want anyone to come here.
Hello, good evening, everyone in Asia and the audience here in the US. So welcome to our first ever high school fair for tennis family. So this is our first time that we're doing this because of the new normal with the COVID stuff. So again, my name is George Duomani. I'm a CEO and the founder of the agency College Recruit. So we are specialized in giving a consultant for student athlete for high school, college, and also professional pathway. So with me this evening is our partner, Kyle from College Sports Pathway. Kyle, good evening.
Hello, good evening, everyone. It's a pleasure having you here at their first virtual high school fair, and Coach Ricardo. Welcome, and it was a wonderful video that we've all witnessed, and we look forward to hearing from you.
Great. So both Kyle and myself, we play tennis at the national level. From Thailand, represent Thailand, and Kyle represent Philippines, and we both came here for college tennis. But none of us, like Coach Ricardo this morning, make it to the tour. So long we go. All right. So we have a great program for you, and we have a privilege to have Coach Ricardo from HOOSAC. It's the co-ed college preparatory school for grade 8 to 12, centrally located in New York. So with us today, Coach Ricardo, I will give the floor to you. Coach Ricardo is one of the best player from Brazil, and he also the former captain for Davis Cup for Brazil. And I just heard from him that we also have two students from Thailand right now too. So it's wonderful. Good morning, sir.
Good morning, George. Good morning, Kyle. I'm really proud to be with you today. And I hope I want to share some experience that we are having in HOOSAC right now, and then other experience for so many years that I'm like playing, working, coaching tennis. I was almost more than 40 years. I'm 53. I started playing like when I was 12. When I was like saying a few things before, like I was the top player from Brazil. And then when I went to play the Wimbledon and the French Open, some college coaches invited me to go to some college in the United States. Then I accept to go to Concord College in New York. And I got 100% scholarship at the time. And then I lived there for 8 years. I came back to Brazil. When I came back to Brazil, I decided to be the coach of Tomás Bellucci. Tomás Bellucci was former 21 ATP. He beat Andy Murray. He beat Stan Wawrinka. He was the second best player ever in Brazil. First of all was Gustavo Kirten, and then second of all was Tomás Bellucci. So I started traveling again, 30 weeks per year, like professional-wise. It's kind of tough traveling. And then last year, Mr. Foster, the headmaster of HOOSAC School, invited me to start developing a new tennis program at HOOSAC School. And then I talked to my family. I was in Brazil at that time. I talked to my family, and then we decided to move to HOOSAC School in order to develop a new tennis program there. That was great because once families here in Brazil found out that high schools are investing great quality for new students because they want to prepare for college in the future. So I decided to go over there. I met Dean Foster, I met the school, I met the teachers, and I really love it because it's a small school. And when it's small school for international students, it's really important because the first 3 or 4 months when the international students comes over there, it's really difficult to adjust for the culture. And when you have a small school or even a small college, sometimes it's easier or less difficult for us, for international coaches or students to adapt to a new challenger. So I went over there and I want to say just a few more things about my career. And then in Brazil, I became a Davis Cup captain. And then we went to play against Venezuela. I don't know if everybody's familiar with Davis Cup is, but Davis Cup is the most important tournament for tennis. It's a dream for any coach to become a captain over there. So I realized my dream came true. So we play against Venezuela, and that was a great experience for me. And then when I came back to Brazil, then I was just explaining about Mr. Foster, the invitation to go to HOOSAC School. And then I started working at HOOSAC School since September of last year. And then I recruited, as you could see in the video, like I recruited a lot of players from so many countries. And like right now I have Italians, I have Serbians, I have Thailand, I have Brazilians, I have Chinese, I have Americans. So that's the great thing about my team. And then we have so many countries. So it's not just like learning English. It's not just like playing tennis. The best thing is to deal with so many countries and to improve your culture and because you're gonna become a better player a better person in the future. Okay, so I think that's the best thing I could say about myself. I want to say a few things about the high school. I'm gonna share a screen just to show you like a few things. Okay, I just said a few things about me, but one thing that I'd like to share is about this. Our location. We are in New York State. We are almost like 3 hours from Manhattan. We are almost 3 hours from Boston and 4 hours from Montreal. Our league that we play tennis, we call New England Prep School. We play against the all high schools in Massachusetts, Vermont, and Nova York. We have like 3 states that we play against the best private high schools in the area. And as everybody should know that academically, like even high schools and universities, the East region is the best one. Like we are like 2 hours and 30 minutes from Harvard. We are 2 hours and 30 minutes from MIT, from New York University. So like during the weekends, I bring my kids to visit. Like we went one weekend, we play a USTA tournament and UTR tournament, are tournaments that in order to improve your ranking and it's gonna help you to go to college. So we will not just go over there and play the tournaments. We go over there and then we visit some college, we visit some universities. At night, we went to a Boston Celtics game. So I'm trying not just to think about tennis all the time. Of course, tennis is gonna be really important. However, I want to think about our kids, like I would say 360, like some experiencing some good restaurants around Boston. So that's the good thing about like our location. Our locations are really premium and very safe. That's really important. Like everybody that lives at HOOSAC school, 90% we have. That's one. I'm going to talk about numbers now. I think numbers might help everybody to think. The high school HOOSAC school, we have 152 girls and 142 boys. However, this year HOOSAC school just built for girls, so our ratio for girls is going to be higher. And you have a brand new dorm. We just started like 3 weeks ago, and 90% are boarding students. Everybody.
We lost his connection.
Yeah, I think we've lost Coach Ricardo for a second there.
Hi, Coach. You still there, sir? Well, I don't know, but the way he described about his team, I thought he played Davis Cup himself at the school.
Yep,
They got a lot of international students there.
It's a very diverse team, which I think is very attractive to Asian tennis players. You know, and based on my experience playing college tennis, I think a diverse team is always you'll always have a good experience because you learn about the different cultures of your teammates. You know, you learn about the Thai culture, you learn about the Brazilian culture, and I think it makes the experience better. You know, as a student athlete.
Yeah, no, I certainly agree. I think, in general, if you look at the whole world, we all are multicultural, and we all have to share one common goal, which is, good citizen. So the earlier you start, the better. You go to high school, it's reflecting the whole world that you're gonna see when you grow up. That's when you can make some good adjustment.
Yep. Very true. Oh, there, Coach Ricardo is trying to connect. Coach Ricardo, are you there? Can you hear us? I believe you're on mute, Coach. Hello, Coach. He might have a choppy internet connection.
Yeah. Here we go. He's coming.
Oh, there.
Here we go, Coach.
Hi, Coach.
Hi. Sorry, now the connection wasn't that good over there.
Okay, good. Now we good. No, we when you were gone, we were talking about you, and basically you play Davis Cup tournament at your own school. A lot of international kids.
Yeah, in matter of fact, I was the Davis Cup captain, and then I selected 5 players to play against Venezuela in Caracas, Venezuela, and we lost 3-2 because I went there with junior players. So it was a great experience for me as a coach and for the kids to play Davis Cup because they were really young at the time. So it was a great experience. So coming back, sorry, like my connection, but what Kyle just said, I think that, of course, the high school is great. It's unbelievable. The tennis program, it's great. I'm talking about myself because the fact that it's small high school, I'll be on the court. No, it's not going to have like 40, 50 kids in my team. So we're going to have like 5 assistants. No, I'll be on the court. I'll be with the kids. I'll be with Saifa. I'll be with Fakin. I'll be with Federico from Italy. So I'll be able to work with them. So type of HOOSAC school is not quantity. We don't want to have like 500 students, 600 students. We want to have 200 students, but with good quality. That's why they invest a lot of money to bring me to take me from Brazil to New York in order to develop a great tennis program, because it's something specifically for the kids. And the best thing I want to share with you, that's exactly what the video said, is the diversity. You have so many countries, now you learn so many things from kids, and that's the best thing I want to share with you. Can I say a few things about now days there?
Yes, sir. Yeah, definitely. You were talking about the gender between boys and girls.
Yes. So the dormitory, like I'm gonna go back to the screen. So I just mentioned about that. And the ratio for student faculty ratio in our class is 7:1. So our classes, you're not gonna have like 20, 30 students. So in the first week, the student will be knowing by his name, because everything is small. So the most difficult thing for international student is once you're there, nobody knows you. Like sometimes you are homesick, but when you have a small high school, and the teachers will be close, the coach will be close. Like I every day. In matter of fact, this year I'm gonna live on campus. I'm in this new dorm. Me and my wife are gonna live over there. We're gonna take care about the dorm. That's why all my players is going to be with me in the morning, in the afternoon, and in dinner. I teach marketing in the morning, so I know all their grades. So if one of my players, they have like a grade below C, he's not gonna practice, he's not gonna play, because education has to be with sports. They are not coming over there just to play tennis. Of course, tennis is my life. I love tennis. I'm gonna give my best for tennis, but they have to study. They have to be good people over there. We have work job there, no, and you have like volunteer jobs. So all of those tasks, you make them a better student. You'll be a better player. Is going to be a better kid, not kid anymore, a better man, I would say, because they're gonna learn. Like they are kids when they got there, and they become a man or a woman when they leave there. It's not easy to be away from home. I think George and Kyle might have that feeling, because you work so many years with students. So when you have something small, and when you have good quality of faculties or good quality of coaches, the chance of the student athlete to be well succeeded, it's higher. Sometimes you can get like a bigger college, name it college, very famous, but if you like one more over there for international students, is not, in my opinion, is not what works in a way. So another thing that I would love to mention is after that's the grades in niche. That's a site that we have. So academics is really big. Teachers, clubs, activities, diversity, it's A+, college and sports. Normally our days at HOOSAC school, we have breakfast in the morning around 7 o'clock in the morning. Then you have the first period, you have the second period of classes, third period and fourth period. Then you have the lunch. After lunch, you have the fifth period of classes. Classes normally is like 45, 50 minutes. Then you have practice. We practice 2 hours on the court from Monday to Friday, plus 1 hour of physical conditioning. Okay, normally weekends, as I mentioned before, I travel with them to play USTA tournaments or UTR tournaments. For people who doesn't know what UTR and USTA are, they are rankings. One is from United States, USTA, and the UTR is the world ranking. So it's important for us in the future when you wanna do a great college placement. As higher your UTR, your USTA ranking is, it's easier for us to not to be accepted, but to get more scholarships. To be accepted, it's really important to have good grades, good GPA, to have good SAT, to have good TOEFL, and of course to have great quality of as an athlete, and have some volunteer programs also. If you could do that, it's great. It help us to to do a great college placement in the future. Another thing, as I mentioned before, our league comes in the spring, after the spring break, you have our league. Okay, before that, I drive them to these tournaments I just mentioned. Schools around our area. As I mentioned before, the name of our league is NAPSAC, New England Prep School. Yeah, that's the league. We play normally, I would say, between 15 and 20 matches in two months. So we travel a lot, we play a lot. The format of playing is 6 singles and 3 doubles. We start playing three doubles in the beginning, and then we come with 6 singles. So what's the most important? We have to have a deep team. So the number 5 player, the number 6 player is as important as the number 1 player. So that's the great thing about high school and college tournaments, because everybody is important. That's another great thing. Like if the student athlete thinks that he's not that good, I don't mind, I don't care, because we can prepare him or her to be great in the future. Because I don't think a student to come just 1 year, maybe he can stay 2 or 3 years. So maybe he starts number 5 or 6, and then we can prepare the player to be number 3, 2, and 1, like the same thing that happens in college. That's why high school, it's a great thing that, especially in Brazil, like all families, they understood that if you go to high school before going to college, first of all, he will be adapt of the culture, American culture. So second of all, he will improve his GPA, because here in Brazil, the high schools are really tough. And sometimes they grade when you get like 5 or 6, sometimes it's good for Brazil, but it's not good for the United States. So once they go to United States, they improve the GPA because they come from very good high schools here in Brazil. The second one, they improve the English. Consequently, they improve the SAT and they improve the TOEFL. So for me, and in Brazil, the model that long time ago they used to do it, they try to play professional tennis. If they don't become a professional tennis player, they want to go to college. But when they want to go to college, they don't have any English. Academically, they are really bad, and they have no money. So what's going to happen? They're going to find bad college. They're going to find bad universities. When you prepare someone for 2 years, 4 years, the chance for us to have a good college placement, a good college recruitment, it's unbelievable great. I always say that's a preparation. Like you don't win a match in that day of the match. You win a match like weeks earlier. So the same thing about college placement, the same thing about education and sports. You're not gonna be well succeed when you go to United States, when you're gonna study. You have to prepare. That's why it's good to have agencies like yours. That's why it's good to have like contents like we are doing right now to share with the parents, to share with the families, because it's really walk together with sports. And and here in Brazil, I don't know about in Asia, but when they turn 16, 17 years old, they start going out, they start losing more matches than winning. And then what happens to the girls, especially girls? They stop playing tennis here because the schools here, they don't talk to the coach. We don't do things together. We have private clubs and you have high schools. So if the student athlete travels too much, he'll miss classes and he's gonna fail in school. If he decide to quit school, if he decide to quit playing tennis, he just have to study. You have to decide it, if you want to play tennis or if you want to study when you are 15, 16 years old here. So that's why going to the United States is great for us, even for the South Americans, because they can do both. They can study and they can play tennis. And the best thing is they can go to college with scholarships. So that's a great way for everybody.
So that's a whole wrap up pathway you was talking about, and I share with you. It's not only South America. I'm in Thailand too, and I'm sure I can share the same thing in Philippines. But you don't have to decide school or play when you're 14 or 15 years old, right, Coach?
Yes, perfect, perfect.
Yeah.
I
So,
think like,
but,
go ahead. Sorry, George.
no, I was going to say we got 2 minutes left. So, anything you like to share with the family in Asia, and maybe one question from Kyle would be, we can wrap up. But learn a lot about your program and the school and your vision of how you want to bring kids toward the pathway.
Okay, I just wanna say thank you again for this 30 minutes with you and sharing my experience and sharing about a lot of important information about HOOSAC School. As I mentioned, there is one thing that I forgot to mention, but like trust. No, I moved my family from here. Now I'm living in the United States. So if you bring like kids to be with me, you know, I'm not just over there just to I'm 53. I'm a father of 2 kids, and my daughter went to the last year at HOOSAC School. I know the importance. I know how hard it is to make the decision to bring the kids to another country. So I want to make sure that if you bring to HOOSAC School, I'll be over there. My wife is gonna be there because sometimes wife helps a lot in some cases, especially for girls, and I'll be really happy in the future if you bring any players, and for sure I'm gonna give my best because it was a big challenger for me and my family, and I have 3 years of contract, so I want to develop the best tennis program ever in HOOSAC School. And in my opinion, I think you have for the boys, we have the best team for sure in the East region, and I would say all in the United States. I think you have one of the best teams in the United States.
Good. Well, congratulations, Coach. And I would encourage all the family that listening now, either on the Zoom that we see our partner from Indonesia also join the Zoom, or anybody who listened to us on the live on Facebook. Come now. As Coach said, he has 3-year contract. You better start now. Don't wait.
Anytime, any family or you want to talk to me, feel free to contact me. You can have another Zooms. I can explain with more details. I know sometimes 30 minutes is too short, but feel free to contact me. It's my pleasure. No, I always tell people, I don't sell clothes, I don't sell shoes, I don't sell tennis shirts. I sell my knowledge. So if I could share my knowledge with all of you, I'll be happy, because I know the future for the kids will be much better. I'm not coming over here if I wasn't sure about if that's a good way for the kids. I'm not in tennis market anymore. I'm not in the tennis just to make money. I want them to have a bright future. Even though I work with top players, that's what I'm saying. I worked with top players. I know how hard it is, but I know the results that we can have having sports education working together. That's unbelievable results. It's almost win a Grand Slam.
Great. Well, thank you again, Coach, for this morning, for your knowledge and sharing your experience. And I know it's, you put everything where your mouth is. Your family is there. You trusted the institution. And again, HOOSAC is wonderful boarding school, and they're well known for producing many athlete, student athlete throughout. But so again, Kyle and Coach, thank you for this morning, and we'll be in touch.
Thank you, Kyle. Thank you, George. I appreciate it.
It was wonderful having you, Coach Ricardo.
Okay, thank you, Kyle. Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you.
Nice to meet you, George.
Bye. Thank you.
Bye. Take care.